Hello and welcome to Crimson Moon. Today we are going to continue with part 4 of Decoration Disorder Disconnection, a, a visual novel adaptation, fan adaptation of Kinoko Nasu's novel. Well then in that case let's continue. We were looking for, for a possible demon that has been eating pets around town, and our protagonists their probation meet with their probation officer. So let's see if he can come out of this all right. She takes out the documents from the car and shows them to me without hesitation. I know I'm only being used, but I'm happy. I'm trusted by Mato-san. She's hot after all. But still, these pictures are honestly a bit iffy. Mato-san, this only looks like barf to me. Call it vomit, you idiot. Yes, I know it's not pleasant to look at, but pass your eyes over everything. Huh? Is it just me or does the floor look like it's been corroded? Yes, it's been corroded. Forensics say it was from powerful stomach acid. There's nothing these people can do anymore, right? Well, there was a guy who could rotate his neck 360 degrees. At this point, it's a bit late to be surprised. However, there sure is nothing but vomit. What does this mean? It means exactly what you saw. The demon possessed 8 dogs, only to throw up immediately after. Wouldn't that be because the dogs simply taste bad? Idiot, will you keep doing this for 1 month if the taste was horrible? This person is both eating and vomiting because that's what this person wants to do. The demon possessed is eating and is fully aware that whatever is eaten will be purged. Eat and vomit. You eat, you still vomit. I have a feeling I've seen a condition like this before. Knowing you, I'm guessing the background check's been finished by now. The demon's possessed being called Yukio on the internet. Do you have any definite identification or any info on what caused the demon possession? You already have the name. I hear from Suranui, so is there anything? Background check is finished. Fusuo Yukio. Home is located at Shikura City. Takanodai has been receiving home treatment since 4 years ago, but ran away 1 month ago. No notification from parents. Statement from the mother indicates that she preferred it if her child stayed missing. Huh? Treatment at home being? I don't know if it was the cause, but Fusuo Yukio was anorexic since junior high. Do you need an explanation on anorexia? No, thank you. I already know as much as the next person does. Anorexia, a modern illness characterized by the inability to take in substance due to psychological problems. There's a tendency for people to think that anorexia is only a sickness where the person can't eat, but a good deal of cases are actually one where the person vomits even after eating. Initially, because of some psychological reason, the anorexic will purge food. After a long period of repeating this behavior, the stomach becomes weakened. Because the body becomes habituated to purging, the anorexic will continue to not be able to eat even after the psychological problem is fixed. Since the anorexic can't take in satisfactory nutrition, he'll become exhausted from simply walking up and down in the stairs. What's scary is that the anorexic doesn't realize this. He might look healthy, but his body is going to be constantly feeble. Stamina as well as immunity will be both lower, And in turn, there will be times when someone might starve to death due to a light cold. Anorexia is a potentially life-threatening illness that can be dealt with alone and can be cured without the understanding of the anorexic and his friends and family. Doesn't make sense to me though. Yukio-kun's supposed to be fat. Mato-san, didn't you see the video that's been circulated on the net? No, I haven't. Hold on. There's a video of the dog killer? There sure is. Pick it up at your local anonymous BBS. You'll be able to pick up blood clad only in underpants. Rather greasy and delicious looking in a sense. I see. It fits. According to forensics, the demon possessed has been eating 5 times the amount vomited. Approximately 60 kilos consumed per day. 2 weeks of that and anyone will turn into a meatball. 60 kilos a day. Equivalent of 2 big dogs, huh? Yep, that'll make you fat. Mato-san's also a meat eater. She might be really jealous deep down inside. That's a stretch, man. However, that feeding frenzy ended 7 days ago. Those killings were sensational, you realize? In this 1 week, there haven't been any reports of dogs being killed. The number of strays has dropped, and the pedigree domestic ones are inside. When security has been toughened, it's no longer the case where food can be readily retrieved. Yes, well, that's what happens when you hunt too much. So then Yukio-kun hasn't been eaten for 7 days? Yeah, in the worst case, death from an empty stomach could be possible. Mato-san's really worried about him. I'm a little relieved, despite what might be said. Mato-san's on the side of justice. It doesn't matter to you if Yukio-kun starves to death? It does. These people are still treated as invalids. If they are poorly handled, I'll be the one that takes the blame. Not only that, I'll be a public nuisance if one died while hiding. It's as if nauseating as finding dead roaches behind a wardrobe. If I'm going to kill one, I prefer to do it in broad daylight where the mess can be made spot clean. Correction, there isn't a shred of justice in this woman. Mato-san, I think shooting somebody in broad daylight is going to damage your career. All I have to do is find some other crime. If they kill just one person, they become murderers, not invalids. Can get around it if I'm dealing with a criminal. Ah, huh. You are scary, Tomato-san. Who's the genius that gave her government power and illegal firearms? That's all I have to say on that, Jose. You're going to that boy's place, aren't you? Asking for his opinion. She shows the police illustrated guide to specially selected body waste and the forensics reports to me. Mato-san then goes straight to the Volvo. Why don't you ask yourself? He'll be delighted to see you. He did say there's something rewarding about teasing her. Plus, as far as I'm concerned, and it's fun watching Mato-san getting harassed by Kaye. I really want her to come with me. I have trouble dealing with that boy. He's eerie. The reason why you are able to put up with the atmosphere in that room is because you are fearless. That's the one point about you that I admire. And when you were in the hospital, you acted the same way to all of the patients. Engine started. Mato-san never pauses. Oh, fine. I understand. I'll go all by my lonesome. It's a piece of cake to just ask him, anyhow. Excuse me, do you really think that I waste my time here for chit-chat? I'm telling you to earn half of what you are eating. These people should be keen to you, correct? At the very least, find that dog-killing freak's lair before there's a new development. Again, with their unreasonable demands, the kiddo hasn't eaten anything for a 1 week, yeah? if dogs were the main diet, that will be the case. Must be getting irritable. If that was me, I'd be starving. You mean I'd become the first victim? I'm fine with that. If you die, I'm fine with that. If you die, that saves me the trouble of having to crush one of you. The dog killer will become a man killer, and a future demon possession candidate will also be disposed of. She's a monster. A monster tomato has descended on the mortal plane. No way. Why do I have to get involved with some demon possessed kid I've never seen before? I'm fine either way. If you won't do it, I'll just acquit your little sister of all charges. I'll definitely take the job. Super fast response, super eager, super scared shitless. If you let that psychopath out, it'd be 100 times better off getting offed by the demon-possessed kid I've never seen before. Good. Now find the dog killer tonight. I know that you actually do have an idea as to where. She's so true, me. Mato-san clamped her seatbelt on tight, dashingly turned the handle and zoomed out of the rural landscape at 80 kph. My, so this is the dog killer. Kaye sparkles his eyes as he becomes engrossed in reading. So see, I didn't want to be infected by his enthusiasm. I plopped myself on the sofa and gazed at the Asian ocean. The ocean above was peaceful, and luckily for me, that blasted shark wasn't there. I hear only the flipping documents. The only ones in the chamber are me and Kaye. His prosthetics are all assembled, all of them are black. Someone that didn't know any better were here. It's likely that he will mistake those as just being limbs wrapped in a silk. Yikes, so this person really is munching on dogs. As a dog lover, I can't forgive that. No, sir. You're going to die from parasites if you eat dogs. He's extremely pleased when he cackles like that. Even I shiver. Incredible, 60 kilograms a day. Wow, wait. Arika, did you see this? One of the investigating officers opened fire. He opened fire, you know? Opened fire? Due to being in an extreme state of panic upon encountering the suspect, I was still unable to make proper judgment. Amazing, but his son must have had quite the inhuman form. Yeah, read it on the way here. That's pretty impressive. That fella took 5 consecutive shots from a 38 caliber S&Y. Normally you'd die from that? Oh wait, 1 shot should be more than enough. The shooting incident happened 1 week ago according to the documents. Yukio fled and hasn't been seen since. It's not certain if he was injured or not, but it looks like the reason why he's been staying quiet since last week was because of the psychological damage of that incident. It's not a good feeling to be fired at without a warning, I bet. What's this? Note a piece of metal thought to be a bullet was found at the site. The bullet was dissolved by a powerful acidic substance, which is thought to be body fluid secreted from the skin of the suspect. Yikes, this demon possession is like a toad. He probably means toad oil. He's using an old-fashioned metaphor for a kid. But this confirms it. The affected site is the stomach. The neosite is dissolution. The cause isn't known. But with this much information, that's good enough. A demon possessed covered with stomach acid through the body. If that acid can dissolve pistol bullets, bare hands and blades won't work either, no? Now how will she approach this? Nets won't work too. Eek. There goes Mato-san again. She's requesting flamethrowers. She got turned down. Let me see. As a compromise, there are orders to attack the respiratory organs, but neural tranquilizers aren't very effective. I see. Water curing. There's arrangement for the dispatching of a fire truck too. This is too precise, Arika. Is this person really a doctor? That's what I want to ask. When I met her at the hospital, she was garbed in a bloody white coat and armed with a chainsaw. Didn't seem like the right time to ask. Excuse me, are you a doctor? The first time I met her, she was like someone from an action movie, punching and shooting at my sister with dual pistols. Have to say though, that is ironic how humans are the strongest in the end. However many abnormal crimes the demon possessed may cause, if the cops seriously arm themselves, it's not a mess that can't be suppressed. There's also the possibility of Mato-san being a superhero. Still, this is pretty cautious for her. Normally she'd only use her own guns. This possession is just that terminal, I suppose. For a fake demon possession, this one's not so shabby. Hate to admit it, but even a real demon can alter a human this much. Cause it's the turn of the century, I suppose, perhaps. At this rate, fantasy may really lose to reality. Kaye happily laughs without bothering to hide his black-bladed murderous intent. Oh, wonderful. Not only Mato-san, but now his switch is on. Karyo Kaye has a fixation on real and fake. And probably he's someone that can't tolerate fakes. To this boy whose arms and legs are artificial, fake refers to a sickness in reality, and real are the demons of fantasy. Dwell back on a useless memory, reality and fantasy. On the night that I first attached his arm, he told me the difference between the two. I still feel that there is actually demons and not just demon possessed, and they are just two entirely different things. Demon possession is a disease. Its origin is unknown. It is impossible to cure. It could only be thought of as the work of the devil, maddening the mind and altering the body. However, the mechanism behind it, and only the mechanism, has been understood since the beginning. In the human body, there are proteins called receptors. These receptors supposedly absorb ligands released in the synapse gaps to create new information and emotions in the brain. I wonder if you'll understand this. The human body moves by the orders of the brain, but the receptors you see are the functions that write the results of those actions into the brain. The results of all actions. If the body is damaged, I'm hurt, I'm scared, I hate. If the body receives nutrition supplementation, I like this, I'm happy, I want more. Human beings are organisms that constantly create new emotions. I kind of remember Kael lauding us, saying that it was natural for us to change our nature each day just by waking up. Receptors are used in processes like cell division up to higher level systems such as vital activity and emotions. In other words, these are the keyholes to the door of development and change. Demon possessed is the general term for those people whose brain receptors have become abnormal. People move via feeble electricity, and emotions are merely a chemical response. Now, wouldn't you think that this means that the stronger the emotions, the stronger the electric current? Humans are simply digital as well as analog. no more like poetic after all. Deep despair and mincing lament does make lightning course through their body. If a demon is a virus, it grows on human emotions. Extreme emotions, the building up of a negative emotions, are the nest that raises demons. A matured virus wreaks havoc onto the system. Fundamentally, ligands bind with receptors to send numerous kinds of information to the brain. But in those with demon possession, powerful chemical reactions form the abnormal secretion of these neurotransmitters, damaging the receptors. This is similar to the bindings of the chemical substance called agonists to receptors. Agonists stimulate the receptors and at times fatally, as with neurotoxins. Abnormal secretion of normally harmless neurotransmitters will turn them into agonistic poison, devastating the receptors and warping the condition of the human body. What radiates that poison are new emotions. To get what is damaging them, the receptors will newly regulated body functions to solve the problem. They created a function that hadn't existed before, for the whole purpose of resolving the cause, which is, I'm in pain. This is agonist disorder, a mental disorder caused by out of control brain cell functions and neurotransmitters. Even humans are a product, you know. They'll exhibit new functions once you add new parts to them. Except, well, see here, put wings on a lizard and it'll be a dragon, no? Even if the form of the lizard is the same as before. Having new parts, it will be treated like a different organism. Severe case of demon possession alters not only the mind, but the body. There are three factors to demon possession. The affected site that abnormally secretes the agonists. The neosite that functions born from that. And the rampant emotions that had been the cause for the development of the affected area. In a demon possession where these three factors have appeared, the afflicted is beyond the point of humanity, as in the cases of Kisaki and Yukio. These people will no longer be maintaining a human structure. It's as if it's a virus that destroys DNA. When things get that far, it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with demons. Yes, that's right. Immortality, the Uberman desire. This is the miracle disease that man has fantasized. A genetic virus that is like a demon trying to approach God. But Arika, you mustn't mistake the order of events. The sickness called demon possession isn't autonomic, but Rice's demons are human beings. Demon's possession is a secondary tumor that arises only in those with sickened hearts in a sickened environment. Because of that, it's a disease, not one that leads to death, but irresponsible, greedy life that leeches off sickness. It is the cutting edge in epidemics, a symbol of the phenomenon of the corroding individual and the human condition. So what are you going to do, Arika? Mato-san must have planted some dynamite under you to get you moving, no? Oh, she planted something, all right. A jumbo-sized one. She said she'd let the little sister out if I keep screwing around. Yikes. My condolences, prays Kayes silently. The silent prayer isn't funny, so stop it. Despite that, you really aren't enthused at all. Yesterday, your position was that it wasn't your business, too. You are the one that took matters into your own hands when it was with Kiyosaki-san. It's still a bit hard to know who is talking in this game. I don't really understand it myself. It's just that I had the vague feeling that this case was different from what I encountered up until now. Ah, I get it. So is that it? You are ultimately just like Mato-san. Since no one has been killed yet, you want to look the other way. The crescent-shaped mouth grins beneath the shadow of the canopy. What? We are completely different. Mato-san's waiting for a victim to pop up. Me? Unless somebody dies, I... Yeah, we are the same. I really can't criticize Mato-san, can I? No, no, wait. It's not that simple. I mean, it's not as if this guy is evil, right? He's not killing dogs because he hates them. He just wants that stuff inside. It's the motive that's the problem. Those with demon possession that use hatred, affection, and what not as catalysts will misuse their power to commit crimes while in their right mind. On the other hand, those with demon possession that originates from primal emotions will misuse their power for the sole purpose of living. It's a crime, but not one deserving punishment. No human society won't function if punishment is thought about one by one. Or is that so? In other words, as long as they don't abuse their powers, they are victims. You're saying that there's nothing wrong with just eating to survive? But don't you think there's something unusual here, Rika? Have you ever thought about the reason why this person is eating dogs? Because the reason why he's eating dogs, that's a no-brainer. You can't get his hands on normal food. I can picture him entering a supermarket with that large of a body. He probably doesn't even have the money to purchase them either. And when the fellow is going out of the way to enter other people's homes for dog napping, he ought to having something edible in the refrigerators, no? Why ignore that and eat only dogs? Because the problem isn't that he can get normal food. He's no longer interested. Yes, that's how it is. Typical food won't do anymore. Most of what is available has already been eaten, and the rare cuisine happen to be dogs and cats. Arika, do you know any meat stores that handle dog meat? No, I don't think there's normally any demand for controversial shit. You see, if the stores don't have it, the only option is to go out and pick it up yourself. And luckily, dogs and cats are easy to find. Question: are birds and fish not good enough? It's not quite that. Rather, there's no point. The stores have them normally. Fish and bird meat and the like should have been eaten before the demon possession occurred. Even I eat them. The fish, I mean. Basically, it's not so much that the only option on the menu is dogs. But he wanted to eat dogs? Yes, definitely is the experimenting phase. Now then, this is where the problem comes in. What do you think the anorexic, compulsive, overeating demon possessed will eat once canines are yesterday's news? He chuckles. He insinuates that this will eventually happen, since he was a prophet whose predictions of destruction were on the mark. Be it reason or instinct, the fact remains the behavior of a human possessed by the demonic will lead to monstrous results in the eyes of society, whether or not there is any ill intent. If the reason why he's eating dogs is only out of interest, it's easy to imagine what will eventually happen if he wants protein. This town is overflowing with animals having a bit more bite to them. The population of Shikura City was, what was it? 1500 million? He's not going to eat people, is he? To Fusuo Yukio, it's something worth trying out. Meaning that people taste better? Oh, It's not really a taste issue, and again, once that happens, that's the end. I suppose a murderer will get Mato-san into the game. When that person gets serious, the fakes will be filled with bullet holes. I raised my heavy body. I wasn't convinced, but I began to want to check this out while it was still day. It took a little less than 1 hour by foot to get to the can factory, just right for killing time. I'll be out for a bit. I will be back by evening. Or are you sure I'll lend you the right arm if you want? No, don't need it. She only told me to find out where he's nesting. She didn't ask me to do any demon busting. Very well, you'll do things if you're asked, eh? In that case, why don't I ask you to do something? Go to sleep, damn punk. I don't feel a bit of goodwill inside of you. The ocean above switches to an ashen sky. Freed from the insane chamber, I fill my lungs with the outside air and restore myself. Looking at the time on the cell phone, I confirmed that it was past 1 p.m., which means I talked to Kaye for almost 2 hours. In addition, there's a message about one missed call on the display. There's a message from Suranui. Suppressing an awful premonition, I play back the message. Hi senpai, this is Mihaya. About what that video the other day I found out where it was. Well, when I was going to my part-time job, it suddenly dawned on me, kind of. That's pretty fast for her. Actually, she's in a subliminal state 7 days a week, so of course she'll figure it out. So you see, I skipped class and was waiting around and watching out for him, and then just now I saw Yukio-san. So you were telling me not to get too involved, senpai? I just gave him food. He looks bulky and scary, but he's kind of in pain. I know, I can just leave him alone. Message ends. Okay, that is far worse than just helping a stray dog. Shit, I'm really getting dizzy here. I should have said don't get involved at all. Not don't get too involved. This came in 1 hour ago, nothing afterwards. I dialed Suranui's cell phone. No answer. The hopeless tone of the alien echoes like a refrain. She won't answer no matter how long I do this. Feel like I'm going to crush this phone from gripping onto it too hard. The liquid display cracked. Oh snap. If I buy a new one, I'll have to give this to Suranui. Okay, that girl may be too good to live on this world. She picked it up. Dialing up noise to connection. I'm connected, but there's no response. The wordless silence is longer than the dial-up. Can hear pained breathing from the speaker. Working my normal imaginative ability, I envision what's happening on the other end. Now just who might be the one currently holding Suranui's cell phone? You are Yukio, aren't you? The voice that leaked out from me was so cold that even I felt there was something strange about it. No response from him. Just about when I was going to give up. Senpai, help! Hear the sore voice of a woman, and then the phone line was cut. Hey, a redial. Only the dial-up noise reverberates. Whoever's holding Suranui's phone doesn't intend to pick up. Electric currents coursed through my body and my head became pure white. Semi-conditioning reflex makes me take out my frustration on the wall of the water tank. Turn back to the underground chamber. Oh, did you forget something? Yeah, let me borrow that arm. You do know that I didn't ask you to do anything. I had a change of heart. There's something bad sticking onto my eardrums. Kaya's eye glittered. It was a regressive and fearless delight, the kind that occurs when finding a long begrudged nemesis. How marvelous, Arika. People aren't an absolute, singing being like God. Simply waking up will change something hated into something loved. Humans are reborn each second. Enough with the price. Give me the arm. Here you go. Take good care of it. Take the black plaster like left arm next. Next, I'll be needing a blade. I want something on the level of a kitchen knife, but there are only fruit knives here. Damn, I'll settle for borrowing one of these. Oh, why are you bringing a knife? Did you forget that this is somebody that can melt bullets? I doubt blades will work. Self-defense, just in case, alright? I'm going. Okay, see you, Arika. It's been a while since the last troll. I hope he'll have fun. In the shadow of the canopy, a black creature laughs, carrying hatred in my right arm. I left the chamber. Once out on the highway at the bus stop, I'm greeted by an unfamiliar bus. I'm angry at how I planned this was, but it's a big help, so I'll use it. So from the chartered bus, I call Mato-san's cell phone number. Hello, this is Sue. Yes, calling up about that demon possessed. Ah, Yukio, right? I'm going to do that to that pastor's hideout. So it'd be terrific if you will send some men there first. It'll take me about 20 minutes to get there, but I want you guys to take the guy in ASAP. But you can't? You need proof before you can dispatch people? I see. Never mind then. Okay, good to know the cops are completely useless as expected. The only one that'll go by my indefinite information is Mato-san. I'm grateful, but surprisingly, she's not that useful. She's an outsider and there could be factional conflicts within the department. What? You'll send a nearby officer over? And that's not a good idea? I guarantee you that your officer is going to be the one dying. Better that I go then. Mato-san, where are you now? What, you are eating ice cream at Aqua Line 4? What the fuck? Why the hell are you over there? You're not over there. It only gets worse and worse, no matter how much of a speed freak Mato-san is. Is it going to take her an hour and a half to get from the sea to Shikura City? Fine, I'll go first. If something happens to me, rescue me. I will be at the Shikura Manufacturing District. Yes, I'm going to send you the address by email. So please, I want you zooming out of there. I disconnect. The arm still resting on the floor, waits while longing for its birth. The bus spreads out of the country landscape of the very legal limit. Not what I wanted at all, but now I have the reason why I ignore this. Now then, with no mercy and no excuses, shall we embark on our third demon exorcism? The factory pleasantly greeted my second visit. Stale air suggesting death. Fading blue paint here and there. An end of the world like abandoned factory. Derelict building. Okay, that's a sentence. The one thing different from yesterday is the fact that it's the day. That it's on the day. But once inside, nothing's changed. I enter from the back and move forward into the damp. Faint darkness is a partial darkness shut in by the veneer boards. I would need artificial lighting. An apartment without tenants, naked concrete without decoration. In the faint darkness, the dimly visible hall ahead looks like some cave temple. Close to the end of the hall, lured by the most moist stench. I moved forward, and what was there was the perfect darkness, no light seeped through because of how tightly the windows are sealed. Normally, I am supposed to feel fear in this situation, but luckily, I lost the ability to feel threatened along with my left arm. That left arm, as of this moment, is being supplemented by the prosthetic arm. The arm is only shaped like an arm and is no different from a mannequin's. Having no movable parts, it's like an arm chopped off from a sculptor. It's perfect only on the outside, an imitation that can't even curve its elbow, let alone the fingers. Doesn't look at all like the animated prosthetic arm that has been attached to Kaye. Of course it won't. The blood isn't running into it yet. I step into the darkness without hesitation. It's dismaying, but there's a chance she's still alive. Till I confirm she's still alive, I have to act swiftly, while still in control of myself. An electronic noise rings from my pocket. Must be from Mato-san. I'd be reassuring if she really did some out of there and arrived here, but nah, not likely. Hello, Mato-san. Put the cell phone to my ear. At the instant, something hard was forced against my neck from behind. Sparkle, sparkle. The brain explodes like firecrackers 3 times. The retina's fry, the consciousness burns out. As the command system is shortened out, the body turns into a simple clump of meat. Split-second judgment kept my nearly unconscious consciousness linked. This is not a good time to black out. Everything might be settled. There will be no point for me coming here. I managed to keep my fading consciousness from blowing out like a candle, the level where I'm practically in La La Land, unable to tell dream from reality. Crash tone. Sound of collapsing, electricity streaming to my neck muscles, enough voltage to clip my consciousness, but thankfully the amplitudes are 1 or 2, 10 inoperative minutes of simple nerve paralyzed despair. Bang, 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 slither. Grabbed by the ankles, I am dragged. The banging's probably because I'm being pulled up the stairs, no pain in pounding my body, because I'm paralyzed. My field of vision is still branded with firecrackers. It won't be returning until the convergence of the retinas warm up. Bunk. Slither, 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 splash, splash. The sound of rubbing against the floor changes softly. My head rolling vertically. I'm being risen. It's a seat. I'm being seated. Man, I really thought it was going to get stuck for a moment there. Whip, whip, creak, whip. I am tired by some string-like object. I'm getting nothing but bad vibes here. My mind, which could be blown out at any moment, is busy, incoherently imagining boneless ham. Yeah, looks like I've been chosen for dinner. My vision returns. The retinas, which had lost their focal point, slowly begin perceiving the world. Bang. Ah. What first crossed my mind was a butcher shop. Came next was a garbage dump scattered with food remains. Then finally I understood what I was in the middle of an enormous pile of vomit and waste. I am in a room of the conspicuously large building. It probably had been used for storage before. and after it was abandoned, this 7 by 7 meter room was used for storage, just as I thought. Gobble gob. Dog corpses hung on the wall. Leftovers of something thrown to the edges of the room were protruding up to the center. The air clung onto my skin like sweet honey, and it felt like I'd become conned by it the longer I stayed here. The windows are completely shut. No, there were no windows in the room. If the door had been closed, there will be complete darkness. An airtight space illuminated by blue and white. Procuring electricity from somewhere, countless monitors were flickering on the walls while humming. They showed the scenery of the factory area and the corridor of the first floor. Gobble, 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 gobble. This is too cinematic. It's a musical trio of bone, guts, and monitor. It's a brown tube accidentally popping out from the stomach while surgery is being performed. That kind of feeling. Now that's a complicated feeling. The waste-filled room lightened by the blue-white light of the monitors. In the center of it, an enormous bulk of flesh was wriggling, making chopping noises. It was consuming a late lunch while ripping apart a 15-kilo chunk of meat it fed. At a glance, it looked like a swollen tumor with appendages. It couldn't be described in terms of medium build. It was a perfect sphere. Its height was the same as mine, but because of its width, it looked incredibly big. It was just one strip-like waistcloth. That's understandable. With that kind of body, it's questionable if it fit in king size. No, I don't want to become fatter. Gobble, gobble. Closer look reveals that what's hanging on the wall aren't only dogs. It was the dried meat of an animal having legs for bipedal walking and 2 arms. Can't determine the gender. The meat from the chest was gone and the skin of the face was torn off. What surprised me even more was that the cranium was gone. The cranium's cut cleanly open. What was inside that was eaten like pudding? On the floor there were massive amounts of empty bottles. It's vinegar. The lump of meat apparently put vinegar on it because the pudding didn't have any flavor. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die, to die, to die, to die. While endlessly repeating I want to die, it continued to eat, forgetting about me. From the amount left, it should take about 2 minutes for it to finish eating. I still can move my body, and as a bonus, I'm tied down to this chair. I'm bound to the point of sickness that I can't move a muscle. Compared to the meat around me, I'm receiving better treatment. It must be because I'm deserted. I don't feel any fear. Take that back. This situation does scare even me. By how numb I am to fear, it's just that my mind is turning white from the thing that's lying by the feet of the flesh blob. Shit, I tried to keep myself awake, but it looks like my sanity is going to disappear first. Hey! I call out, the flesh blob slowly turns. Huh? The priest. The flesh blob suffered just by breathing. Of course it will. The gluttonous rampage warped the workings of the stomach acid, and the food that couldn't be digested pressured the stomach, and those convulsions spread through the body. His breathing stopped. The skin sweated enormously, and his body was assaulted by pain as if it were going to burst. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Feasting fish, show me a little bit more of that orange thing by your feet. Hey, you ate? Her words went off by simple speaking. I don't know where it was from the after effects of the electric current flowing in me. It was the emotion sparking inside. My heart circulates blood like a raging horse. I'm high. The left arm, which had only been attached to me, becomes linked to me while I lose rational thought. Ate what? The meat, duh. You're even eating it now. Flesh Blob resumed eating. As if it remembered something, completely finishing the 50-kilo meal. It said, I didn't eat because my stomach isn't full. Began flopping towards the dessert. Its hand was a small jigsaw. It's pitiful small in comparison to its fat fingers, but it looks as if it's good enough for opening up a defenseless person's cranium. Going to take a guess here. You ate several people with that? Yes, I ate, but I didn't eat. If my stomach was full, I can handle it. But it won't become full at all. He said I'd become normal if my stomach was full. God said everything will be fine if the demon went away. Lines I've heard somewhere before. I'm pained breathing. I'm sorry, I don't want to eat anymore, but my stomach is empty and... What I said isn't reaching it. The flesh blob is only repeating, I'm sorry, again and again. It's apologizing to me, the eaten, to itself, the eater, and to society, which abhors what it's doing while pouring vinegar on me. I'm sorry. Who is benefiting from that apology? It's not me. By admitting his faults, Fusuo Yukio is justifying himself. I'm also a weakling, but this guy's weakness has already dropped off the scale of strong and weak. Grit, the flesh blob, relentlessly holds down my head. The jigsaw scrapes the sides of my head. Scrape. I'm paralyzed, so I don't feel pain, but the flesh to the side of my left eye is cut narrowly with each back and forth motion. The lack of pain makes it scary. If there was a mirror, it might have gone nuts. Scrape. Maybe I just didn't realize it, but my cranium was being cut into, and only be when I lost my brain that I'll finally realize that I've become brainless. It's okay. It won't hurt. Don't be scared. I did this a lot. The brain doesn't feel pain. You'll be fine even if I scoop it with my fingers. Apparently he's going by the logic that if he eats from the head, I'll stop feeling pain. Eating while alive, huh? I want to pass out and be put out of this misery. But still, I'll try begging this guy to spare me. I won't bet on it working though. No, don't. Please, I don't want to die. I speak mechanically. I regret it. The instant I said that. Senpai, help! The plea that was sticking on my eardrums reverberated in my cranium. Flesh blob froze and looking at me cautiously. I know everyone says the same thing. He grins, he happily laughed as if he was a little kid that found a playmate. What did you say? Everyone says that before they are eaten. It's very sad. They cry and beg me to stop. Scrape. The saw doesn't stop. The blood pouring from my head is falling into my left eye. But I don't give a damn about that. But I can because I'm different. People not chosen by God will die without being reborn. I wanted to save them, but I couldn't save them. That's why it's sad. He said he's sorry while thinking he's superior to the people that weren't saved. He says he's sorry while affirming his weak self. Then he splashes vinegar on me. I'm sorry, but I'm sick. If you don't do this, I can stop suffering. While you still don't feel pain, I'll eat you. The sewing movement accelerates. My mind became indistinct. The meals he had until now, I mean, people that are psychologically normal would have been driving insane at this point. However, shut up. Don't you dare enjoy yourself, you freak. This was it. The reason I came here wasn't here anymore. It wasn't anywhere in this room. There is no reason for me to understand or pity this flesh blob. There is no longer even an excuse to hold back the hand of the left arm. What the hell is this? What the hell was this? I was chosen by God bullshit. Don't you shove the responsibility somewhere else. You weren't chosen. You're just moving forward by your own will. You're so unbearably weak you ran away into demon possession. What? Sometime before, somewhere I heard words that were the polar opposite. You're sick, so go to a hospital. A priest can fix you. Sorry, the one who didn't know better was me. Like he could actually recover from that. It's been said again and again. That idiocy can be cured. Your eyes, their color. Yeah, you see a bit before this. I met a guy with demon possession just like you. Ah shit, you made me remember him. What the hell is this nonsense about unconscious hell? That bastard, I've had it with this crap about making excuses for your own weaknesses while still using it as a damn shield. The supernatural possess only the rotten breeding ground. The idea of becoming non-human because of demon possession is nonsense. It's because they had been weak, that they had holes, that they've been damaged in the first place, that the demons move in. There's no one put themselves to hold accountable. Hey Fatso, you didn't become possessed because you were emotionally weak. No, this way only because from your default specs, the existence of Usuo Yukio was weak. This is what you get from not knowing your place in the world. You're somebody that isn't blessed, that isn't gifted, went around thinking you were chosen. You wanted to be reborn. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Well, things sure are escalating. Our main character is kind of an asshole. But for now we ran out of time, so we will have to see how this confrontation plays out next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you feel like it, feel free to like and subscribe. I will be very thankful for it. And see us. And for now, that was all here in Crimson Moon.